So hello and welcome to another one of my thoughts. Slightly sort of bit of a review, bit of a show, bit of a what have I got in my hand. Basically, Olight have sent me out another little goodie. So thank you to Olight. As you know, I like to get my little goodies through the post, and yeah, I'm going to keep showing you little things and stuff that comes through because I just think this might be something one day that you're really interested in, and if I can get hold of it and show you it, then all the better. This is the Olight CUT20 Pro. It's got a 250 meter throw, so it's not a massively powerful beam light. I've got the Warrior. You've seen the Warrior 2 that I did a little while ago. The Warrior 2 sort of projects the light out. This doesn't. This has only got a 250 meter throw. There's a reason behind this. This is more of a floodlight than it is a beam. Okay. This is going to be fantastic for using on our landscape photography and stuff like that, because when you go out at night you want to know everything that's going on around your feet, because we're walking with bags on our backs and tripods and things like that, so we need to know everything that's going on around us, not necessarily what's going on in the next field. So this is fantastic. This is very bright as well. This is a 4200 lumin light or torch, so it's pretty powerful and pretty pokey. Brighter, safer, smarter, limited edition. Okay, so this says it's a limited edition. So it comes in a lovely little white box, magnetic. Don't know why we need magnets on boxes these days, but it's on there anyway. Just seem to think it's just added metal and added material we don't need. Inside you get a little small bit of instructions. Basically it's pull out the plastic tab. There is a small plastic tab inside the torch, and it will not work until you pull that little plastic tab out. It's just a security thing for when it's in the bag. There's your little plastic tab. So you must pull that out from inside the battery connection, or it won't work. You also get a charging cable. I'll quickly show you what we've got. You get a charging cable, and it's one of these magnetic ones, standard for Olight. They put these on all of them, and it also comes with a instruction manual as well. Now I've had a bit of a glance through the instructions, and you know me, I'm a dyslexic person, so I don't do reading very well, and I don't particularly take care for reading. It comes in a nice little pouch. I've heard mixed reviews on the pouches. Why do you need it? It's just going to go in a box and you're never going to take it out and never going to use it. But I think for me, as a photographer, this would be handy to have this clipped on, and I do not believe this is going to come undone. It's really strong. Clipped onto the side of my camera bag and have it on my waist strap or even on my hip strap, you know, so that I can actually get the torch when I need it at night time. So I think that'll actually come in handy. This is the blue version. I'm not sure if they do other versions, but this is a blue. There's a clip on the a ring on the back if you want to hang it. It comes with a really great clip on the front, so we can undo the clip and take out the torch. So this is what we're here for, this thing here. There's your case. This is what we're here for, the torch. Now it's a little bit bigger than the last one I showed you, the Warrior. This is definitely a bit bigger in the hand. It's got a rubber grip on the side, which is handy. The only thing that I will complain about for this, it's got a lanyard ring. Doesn't come with a lanyard. Now if you remember, the Warrior actually came with a rubber lanyard, and I thought it was a really good idea, but this doesn't. Now the magnetic, I will quickly show you this if you don't know Olight and their patent system that they use. I don't think it's patent to them, but their system they use for charging, they have a magnetic charger. As you can see there, it just attaches to the bottom. So when you plug this into your USB, it attaches, which means this is magnetic, so it should magnetize and stick to other things, you know, like maybe the car or the van. If I need to do something outside, I can probably stick it on the side of the van or repair a puncture and something like that. So it's probably a good idea. This has also got a slightly different on and off switch on the side. It goes into a lock mode after 30 seconds. So you have to spin the wheel on the front 90 degrees, at least 90 degrees quickly, and unlock, and then I can turn it on and off. Okay, if you don't use that lock, the torch, it will go back off, and I also assume that it will do the same when it's on, because the other lights tend to, you can lock them on. Not sure if I like that spinny idea. I think I prefer the way where you press it 4 times and it locks it. That way I know it's locked and it doesn't go on in my bag and set fire to my bag or anything, because with this being bright, there's a lot of power that comes out of this. Right, so the beam distance is 250 meters, which says it's not a lot. It's a 4200 lumin torch, so it's quite powerful. Maximum run time is 15 days, not at 4200 lumins, I will add. Okay, that is on your level 5. This has got several different levels with it. I'm going to run through, then I'm going to go outside, and I'm just going to show you the beam and what it does outside and give you an idea of how much light this thing actually throws out. So on level 1, we can switch it on level 1. in fact we won't, we'll switch it on level, yeah, well, level 1 would do. We can go backwards. See, it's locked out now. See, I'm pressing the button and it's locked out, so I can't turn this on. I have to spin it. Once I spin it, it comes on. So first of all, we're going to do a long press and hold, and it goes on what they call like a moonlight. Very, very low. I've told you about moonlight before. It's a very, very low light, really good for reading the top of the cameras or reading your map and stuff like that in the dark, so it's not blinding you or blinding everyone around you. On this level, it's it doesn't tell you how long it'll last. It'll just last indefinitely, virtually, according to this, and it doesn't even give you the lumens because there's not enough lumens to tell you what it's on. Right, so we'll turn that back off. One press and it will remember its last setting. I've got this on low, so on low we're talking 15 days worth of light. Okay, 15 days worth of light, and again, I don't have a level of lumens for this. I think it's about 5 lumens, so it's giving it a very dim light. It's not very lot, but it might just enough to light around my feet, but it gives you 15 days of light, so this thing's going to light you for as long as you can be out. Then you press and hold, and it takes it up to the next level. The next level is 55 lumens, 50 lumens, sorry, and a run time of about 55 hours. Again, quite a lot of light coming out of this. I'm in the van at the moment, I can see quite a lot around me, and I will show you outside how much this lights up. But for 50 lumens and 55 hours, this thing's going to run all night and some more. Press again and hold. I will show you another way of doing this. This is 300 lumens, so this is a lot brighter with 10 hours worth of run time. So again, a lot brighter, but 10 hours is going to last me all night, you know, when I'm going to be out using the torch. So I'm not worried about walking around and stuff like that with a light on this powerful. We then have the next level, and I got a feeling I have to go, yep, press it again and hold it. This takes you up to 1200 lumens. This is actually really quite bright. Now this has a time limiter on it. This will run for 135 minutes at this level, and then after that amount of time it will automatically turn itself down to 600 lumens, and that will run for another 35 minutes, and then it goes down again to 300 lumens for another 10 minutes. So it's giving you a warning. There's also a battery indicator on this, which I'll show you as well, so it's giving you a warning what it's capable of doing. Now, as far as I know, I can go up. So if I go to this one, this is turbo mode, this is level 1, and I can feel the heat on my hand. The heat on my hand is phenomenal. This will only last 2.5 minutes, so it'll turn itself off, and then we've got 127 minutes at 1200 and 35 minutes at 600. But I can feel the heat on my hand, but there is a proximity sensor. If you can see that light, when I bring my hand closer to it, it drops it right down. At there, I can feel the heat on my hand, but bring it closer, and you can see the smoke in my as I breathe because it's cold. There is a proximity sensor on the front of this, so if you have this in your bag and it switches itself on at that bright, it will actually turn itself down. So that's going from 4200 lumens to 1200 lumens to 600 lumens, the longer it's left on. Now there is on the side a battery indicator. You can see this got this little twisty switch on the side here. Now if I spin it round on this side, on that side, that's giving me a battery indicator, so I've got 4 lights for my battery indicator. And again, if I spin it so you can just see, spin it around so make it come on. Okay, that's my battery indicator, and on the other side it's a light intensity. So if I go back onto normal torch, I can scroll this down, and as I've got it in my hand, if I scroll it, it goes down to 2, that goes down to 1. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and then it should go up to 4 once it gets there. And now we're off onto maximum power. Okay, so that's what your little lights are for. They're indicators on the side, and it has actually got a battery indicator, which is quite handy as well. So I'm going to take this outside. I'm going to show you what the lights are like outside and give you an idea of what the difference between this is, and I'll take the Warrior out and show you what the Warrior does between the 2 different torches that Olight have sent us. So bear with me 2 seconds and I'll see you outside. Let me just check and see if there's any information you want. Okay, weight. It is 198 ounces. Grams, sorry, or 6.98 ounces. So it's fairly heavy. There's a little bit of weight to it. It's got a 5,000 milliamp battery. If I pulled it out, see that it's got a 5,000 milliamp battery inside there. And again, we'll screw that in and make sure it's got watertight. It's actually water resistant, water repellent, or water resistant. It's okay from water. And I'm trying to see if there's any depth. No, there isn't, but it is IPX8. So this is water resistant to IPX8, which means you can drop it in the sink, you can drop it in a puddle, you can drop it in a small pond, and it'll probably be okay. Something I will try and do over the future, I'll come back, all the stuff I review, and I'll come back and actually do an extended review and see what they actually work like. And I'm going to chuck this into water. It's also you can drop this at 1.5 meters, I think it is. You can drop this and it will survive. It's got a nice knurling on it, so it's supposed to protect it with the aluminium alloy. Body size, let's give you some sizes. It is 5.2 inches or 132 millimeters, and diameter is 28 mil or 1.1 inches. So yeah, it's not a bad little size, but it is a little bit bigger and a bit heavier if you're carrying a large pack with you. But it's fantastic light. Right, let's go outside. Let's go and show you what this thing can do. Right, so you'll have to excuse me because it's not the same time as when I stepped out the van. This is actually a couple of days later. The first two bits of footage I did really didn't show the beams off very well at all. So first of all, I'm going to show you, this is the Seeker. We've got the Seeker out here, haven't we? And I'm just on my way home from work as well, so I thought I've got to pull up and show you this. It's just going dark now. So we're also going to show you against, or I'm going to show you against the Seeker 3 Pro and the Warrior 2. So first of all, I'm just want to show you the Warrior 2. So if I put this beam on, there is actually a tree just in front of me with some wooden things. You can't actually see it, but this is the first level. So this is the Warrior with the 1. Warrior with 2, you can now see the beam shining on there, and it's giving off a nice round spotlight type of beam. And if I go up to 3, it's giving you now a really quite a strong beam, and you can see the tree, and it's shining straight over on the back of the trees over in the background over there, but you're not really getting a lot on those trees, but it's more of a direct beam with a bit of a flood around the outside. So over to the Seeker, this is what this thing can do. So we've just got to scroll it sideways. It's given me 4 bars, so I've got the lights on there, and we're on number 1 to start with. So we're going to start with number 1, and you can see it's a bit of a floodlight. I'm not sure if you can see the tree. You can just make out the little cage there. So that's the first level, just lighting up that, and it's a very wide spread out beam. If I press and hold, it takes it up to the second one. You can see that very clearly, and no matter where I move the torch around, you can see that it's illuminating everything in front of me, not just the actual tree that's in front of me. It's illuminating the field, so it's showing you quite a wide floodlight. If I go up to 3, level 3, we've got the whole trees lit up, all the foregrounds lit up in front of me. And you'll have to excuse me, I'm looking at my lens and not at the camera view because I just want to see what we're doing, and it's not necessarily lighting up the trees in the background. Now if I hit the turbo, I'm going to turn this off. If I hit the turbo on the I'm just going to make sure I've got turbo on. If I hit the turbo on the spotlight on the little Warrior, it's not quite reaching the trees in the background, is it? Now if I hit the turbo on this, you can see that this is an absolutely phenomenally wide spread light, and it's illuminating everything in this field. Even the trees in the background. So this is what this does compared to like the little Warrior, which is great for looking for things local. But this thing here, which I actually went out on a sunrise shoot yesterday. I took this with me. I could see everything going on, absolutely everything. A very, very powerful, very, very bright, and very, very wide floodlight style of light. Very impressed with it. Would highly recommend one of these in your kit bag, because if you get lost, you know, you can really have a look around. You can find everything around your feet. You can find anything around, you know, walking over rocks, stiles, up and down, you know, rivers and things like that. You're going to see everything that's going on around you. You're not going to get any surprises by anyone creeping up on the side of you like cows and sheep. So yeah, very, very recommended, and I'm going to be taking this everywhere with me. So that's the Seeker 3. Don't forget, check out my landscape videos on a Wednesday and a Sunday. I put out 2 a week, and I do a few reviews or a little bit of my thoughts on a Friday as well. Don't forget, like and subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and if you're interested in stuff like this, please tell me if you use torches, what you use torches for, what style of torch, and what you'd recommend. Very interested. I love torches, I really, really do. And yeah, you've seen the head torch that I've got from Olight, you've seen the Warrior 2 from Olight, and now you've seen the Seeker 3 from Olight. Very, very impressed with their quality. Full aluminium. I wouldn't hesitate if it had to drop this, and I've even fitted a lanyard to it now since I've been out. And I can hear someone creeping around beside me, so I'm just going to switch the light on and see if I can see what it is. Nothing there. Good job really, otherwise I'd have wet myself. See you soon. Ciao for now. Take care.